Ooh, I have like 3 bites of cereal left. Give me a moment. No, Gary. Gary, why would you wreak this? Wreak? Is that the right word? Someone looks tired. Do I need coffee or do I need more sleep? You decide. I got 3 bites of cereal, y'all. Please forgive me. One more. Caroline taking care of me. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I stayed up late, but for good reason, I swear. I'm gonna postpone. No. I schedule a time and I'm already late as is. Class is in session. I'm just definitely 3 minutes. It's definitely. Good morning. Right, drinking. Oh, water's so good. Oh, water's delicious. In case y'all haven't tried this stuff, give it a shot. It'll rock your world. Oh, the desk space. Water's so good. Yeah, Sky, drink some water. Hydrate. You're not streaming, but I will redeem a hydrate for you. And Lodrock, thanks for the posture check. Woo. I got my word. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing good. Also, let me know if y'all can hear the music okay. I turned it down a little bit, so it's not overwhelming. You're sensitive. You really need a good night's sleep, as in more than 10 hours in a proper heart. Yeah. I need so much. Don't care as long as you're okay. Thank you. I'm okay. I stayed up late last night because I was hanging out with Barry. Because my sound setup, as you have probably noticed, doesn't sound too crisp. It's not sounding quite so good. So I was looking at stuff and doing some research, and the Dem crew was helping me out, and they were sending me a whole bunch of suggestions. And then I was like, okay, all right, Barry knows sound. Barry is smart, very intelligent, great barbarian. All in one, the full package. Check him out, actually. Actually, can we get a shout out for Barry the Bugbear? I love Barry, he's so nice. Music's peachy? Excellent. Excellent. I'm so glad. And Sky, I will drink for you. I will. Good morning. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, y'all check out Barry the Bugbear. Absolutely a wonderful person. Love hanging out with him. So funny. So much fun. Also, the model is incredible. Y'all think my model looks cool. Y'all should see Barry's. The design is so complex. It reminds me of Randon's design in that like fantasy brought to life by Live2D. It's really cool. Excuse me. Okay, let me take a sip. One sec. I'm not gonna break anything, Sky, I swear. And thank you for that shout out to Barry, Sky. Oh, tasty. Let me just scooch my controller over now that it's on the ground. I'll just push it right next to my computer. It's all good. All good. All good. Soup juice. I put soup in it. Slurp it up with a straw. Go. That's the way to drink. Virgil, thank you for the ear wiggles. Yeah, this is waking up my face. And Emerald, thank you for the breathe routine. It's fine. It's fine. Excuse me. 2 more scoops of cereal. 2 more scoops of cereal. We can do this. I can do this. Poncho is comfy. Saturday morning comfy. Let's go. I love being comfortable in the morning. It's cold. It's chilly. But whoa! Thank you for the 4 gifted subs. And Kevin Ward, thank you for the gifted sub. Cam, thank you so much. Thank you. And Aberrant Labs, welcome to the tavern. Good morning. I hope you slept well. I had funky dreams. It was very JoJo Bizarre Adventure-esque. Weird. And oh no, that was from yesterday. Look at me reading from yesterday. Also, Migbo and Riot Prophet Zero, thank you so much for the shiny. Thank you so much. Ooh, love the earrings, nice touch. Oh, I thank you. I really like them too. They're pretty. Pretty shiny. Rizzy, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Becoming a regular. And Zana, thank you so much. Tax season over. I paid my taxes. Good. Didn't no one take my kneecaps this year. My knees survive the privilege of having knees. We're all subject to the whims of the goblins. Whether they take your knees or not is up to your wallet. Comedy option, thank you for 2 gifted subs. We need some adrenaline-fueled music? Maybe. The lo-fi is so nice. I rarely listen to lo-fi unless I'm cooking or streaming. So it kind of gets me into like a work mode. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around for the whole— You're gonna stick around— Wow. You're gonna learn the whole model making process? Maybe you won't even need me. Maybe you'll be able to make your own model after this. Here's some coffee. Thank you for the coffee. So let me slurp it out real quick. Got some Cheerios in it. No, making a model's too much work. Understandable. I'm glad you know that. Whenever I see people price their models at like 200 for a full body, I'm like, please save your soul. Please do not offer a fully rigged rotating model for only $200. That's not nearly enough. I mean, like, there are always exceptions. Like, commercially, if you're selling them, do not do that. You're worth more than that. You're worth more than 200 bucks. Ooh. Ooh, coffee sake Cheerios actually sounds delicious, though. Sky, I didn't do that donathon to not have you do the heavy work. Yeah, that's my job. I do all the heavy lifting when it comes to the models. I gotta cut and rig it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Alright, 2 more. Last 2 bites. Yeah, a lot of artists are bad at valuing their time. Me included. Leon, thank you for the 200 shiny. Oh, Surround event. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Oh. Hydrophobic Sheep. Welcome back. I like your name. It's really nice. Are sheep naturally hydrophobic, actually? Like their wool is so thick that water doesn't permeate. Or am I thinking of the chinchillas? Merox, thank you for the gifted sub. Alright, what is time? Time is 9:30. Yeah, I stayed up till 11:30 talking to Barry about sound equipment. And he was just giving me all the information. He was like, okay, so what's your budget? Let's plan this out. I want to give you the best thing for your buck. And I'm like, oh. And he was saying a whole bunch of different types of mics, and they're all letters and numbers. And as someone who has trouble with words, that's a nightmare. It's so hard to remember all these that I was scribbling it down, going like, yep, definitely understand all these letters and numbers being shouted at me. It's all good. But then afterwards, I'm like, hey Barry, what about? Can I just send you like my Amazon list of what I'm planning on getting? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'll just look at those. I'll just look at those and make sure you're not buying anything bad. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Barry. Thank you, senpai. Dogger Mango. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I absolutely love your name. That's great. Have you watched Owl House? Yeah, I'm caught up on the Owl House. It's going. It's good. This guy Barry looks at lists, starts screaming. He was actually, you know what? The good thing was the Dem crew recommended this list to me because this is what they would want for their setup. And then they sent me what they would get, and then I sent that to Barry, and he was like, yeah, this is a pretty good list. All right, yeah, this is good. Go for it. Approval from someone who knows what they're doing. And yeah, Barry has really good advice for sound equipment, especially like affordable, good sound equipment for starting streamers, so for sure check him out. Chief have wax called lanolin in the wool. Oh, that's what lanolin is. I knew the word, didn't know what it was. You've been awake for 18 hours? The unhappy doctor. Oh no. Did you learn how to stay awake properly in medical school? There is a way, apparently. Digging the tired vibe? Mikey. Dikun, I just finished watching the model cutting episode part 1. What are you working on this episode? This episode, I'm working on clothing and the base body. And potentially hair. But with this model, there's something a little bit different with the hair that we have to consider. So this is sort of, it's going to be a tutorial on thinking about clothing. So if you're thinking about clothing that you want on your model, you have to think about how to cut it properly and how many pieces you want for the rotation you're looking for. That takes a little bit of brain power. And I'm going to break down how I'm going to do my outfit, and you can probably get a bit of an idea of how you're going to do yours. We'll start with a base, so meaning the like the Ken doll model, which is like a model with no clothes, because it's always good to have a little base underneath in case clothing clips. That way there's skin underneath, you know? And the nice thing about making a base model with no clothes on it is that it allows you to put more clothes on top of the base model if that you already have. So it saves you re-rigging time, as well as it gives you a base to work on from previous works, or for future works, you know? Thank you so much for the level 5 hype train. My gosh, y'all are bright and bushy-tailed, ready for this class. Thank you so much. Glad you're ready. You're ready to pay. This guy, I remember asking Barry about his setup since he knew so well, and as soon as I saw what he had, I was like, I got a budget and that ain't it. Yeah. And streaming equipment is very expensive, so very much budget yourself. Don't go for the most expensive thing ever. Like currently I have a Blue Yeti, which is a good starting, well, Barry would probably disagree, but it's an okay starting mic for its budget. It works for me because I already had one, but now that I actually have a bit more of a budget that's bigger, I can actually afford a better sound system. So y'all won't be hearing me talk as if I'm in a box. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know it's gonna be good. Nami, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Now outfit? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Whew. AT 2020 is a good budget mic. Yeah, that was one of the ones Barry was talking about. It's the one where like people use it on stage and like rock stars scream into it. I think that's the one we're talking about. I'm not gonna get that one. I'm gonna get one because I'm not gonna be dropping the mic. That's bad. That's bad. Roll for initiative. Where's my dice? Where is my dice? I actually have dice. Where is it? Not next to me. It's not in my drawers. I think I put it away. Oh, my brain isn't thinking. I was about to roll Barry's stats, or Barry's initiative, and I'm like, Barry can add a lot to her initiative. I think +5 for her initiative rolls, and she gets advantage on them, so Barry is a monster. 1000, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Right, I have one more scoop. One more scoop. Almost 1 year of cute Gobbo sub. I finished up the badge. So we got it. Ooh. Honey from the box. Let me out. Let me out of this box. Ooh. Alright. Ah. So we get to arting. I love doing art in the morning. It's a good time. So remember, if you're doing art in the morning, you gotta stretch your arms a little bit. Just stretch them out wide. Make sure you pull on your hands a little. Feel the stretch. And then you can start drawing. There we go. So last time we went over the face features, which is, it should be an episode itself, because this is where most of the focus will be when you're doing your model. Oh gosh. Lucifer, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, and welcome back. Hiya. Thank you so much. Jeez. Alright, so we finished up the mouth and all of its pieces, including the inside pieces, how to cut that. Looks a little funky when you cut it at first, but it makes sense when you rig it. Off again. That way I can just, you know, you can just look at the smile. Look at the smile, it's fine. That was the entire face. There we go. Alright, we're gonna deal with the hair a little bit later. That is a little different. I wanted to wait until the poll finished for y'all voting on which model it was, or which outfit it was gonna be, because that does make a difference when it comes to the body and the hair. So we're gonna finish up the body. Blood. There we go. Nice back, thank you. I rigged it in. Alright, so we have the neck piece. I'm going to actually make it transparent, because then you can see a little bit better of how I cut things. Down a little bit. Now you see I have the neck piece, which is actually two pieces. It is the line art and then the fill. So the reason we do this is so that when we add a shading layer, which I will draw right now actually, because it's just good to do. The shading layer, I'm going to temporarily make it this color. Just so we can I can kind of give you an idea of how this will work. So we're going to do a shade layer about the size of the head. So about that size. I'll smooth it out a bit later. But this is going to be the shade on top of the neck and torso. So it's just going to clip onto the neck. It's not the right color. I just want y'all to get kind of an idea of how it's done. The reason I keep it separate is so that the shade can be moved around whenever you need the head to move around. So if the head is looking up, the shadow would be moving up a little bit. If the head is looking down, the shadow would move down a little bit. Another reason I keep the neck and the neckline and neck base separate is because when we draw the torso, we're also going to keep the lines separate. It's so that they cut properly. The line art will be cut by the fill art of each piece, but they will still show up outside of the pieces. It's a little difficult to verbally explain. You'll kind of understand once I go through it in Live2D though. The more separated things are, the easier it is to rig them. It does make it a bit heavier a model and work, but not that much. It's pretty easy to put them in the same mesh warp. That's another term I'll have to explain a little later. So let's just do the torso. Yeah. Fine. And remember to label your layers. It is very annoying to have to relabel your layers inside of Live2D. It's just time consuming when you could have done it in CS Paint. What's the criteria for knowing the password to the server? Read the rules. The password is hidden in the rules. First time seen working on a model? There's a lot of good tutorials out there. Some people are actually much better at explaining these things than I am, and in much more condensed forms. So for sure, look on YouTube, find some good tutorials. Just have a gander. See if you can find one that really catches your attention and keeps it. We're gonna keep the torso like this. Yeah. So I like to separate it by torso, upper torso, biceps, forearms, hands, pelvis, and then legs. The legs are separated like the hands, because we can do some fun flowy physics with them. I'm waking up now, this is great. Bingus. I like that, those sparkling ones. That's cute. This feels like the kind of lesson I should be paying for? No, no, no. It's free. Because, little do you know, learning it is not actually all the work. It's actually drawing it and doing it yourself. That's where the work comes in. Yeah, we have the torso line. Let's do the biceps. The reason I make them circles is so that when they clip between each other, if they move out of the way, the line shows up. But if they are clipped onto the torso, the lines disappear when they interact with the torso. So it's a nice way of making sure that your lines don't go missing. I was telling my friend about this stream the other day, and he had the guts to say to me, but goblins are supposed to be ugly and gross, aren't they? How can a VTuber be a goblin and be cute at the same time? I nearly slapped him right then and there. No, 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 you just show him a little picture and go, is this ugly? And if so, there. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Biceps, now we're doing triceps. Wait, no, forearms. Tricep is a different muscle on the bicep or under the bicep. Anatomy classes. Oh, you taught me so much, except the actual names of things. Typing with one. We're doing fine. This is the fun thing about the mirror tool, is you only have to draw things once. The thing to be cautious with the mirror tool is if things look too symmetrical, it can look a little uncanny, or at least in my eyes. So that's part of the reason you noticed asymmetrical designs when it comes to clothes or hair. It's so that nothing looks too perfect. Things that look too perfect don't look quite right. Remember to save? Yes. Gotta remember to save, it's important. Morning, Draco. Why, honey, you look so tired. Did you also sleep 1 hour last night? I slept 7 hours. 7 hours is okay for a regular person, but like, I need sleep. Let's draw the hand. We're gonna... Which hand do I like? I like this hand. Hands are difficult to draw. Don't get frustrated if it takes you a while to draw them. I've told this to some of my friends, but I spent 3 months drawing hands at one point because I got so frustrated with them. I would just look at my hand and draw whatever pose it was, which was a really good exercise. And it's really fun to look back at all the previous hands I drew, because oh boy, oh they were rough looking. They were heck rough looking. My finger looks. So, a little anatomy tip for you. This can of course vary depending on what kind of creature you're drawing. And if you're drawing yourself with different proportions, don't worry about it. There is an actual anatomy rule. So if the hips are here, knees are here, shoulders are here, and the waist is here. If you look at your own body, for humans of course, Your elbows will be at the thinnest point of your body. So right about here. This is where your elbows and waist will be. If you look at the very tips of your hands, they will be halfway down the thigh, for the most part. So that's a good way of judging whether something looks in proportion for a humanoid figure. Another fun one, your feet will be the same length as your forearm. Anatomy's fun like that. But yeah, so if your model looks a little strange and you're not sure about the proportions, just take a look at like the anatomy rules like this, and that can kind of give you a sense of like, does this look in proportion or not? Does it need some adjustment? Yeah, the head, there is a rule with heads actually. If you're drawing semi-realistic, your head is about a foot. So if you are 5 of your heads tall, you're about 5 feet tall, give or take a couple inches. Impact, thank you for taking care of me, essentially. Take posture check. Stretch those arms. Oh. Oh, excuse me. And for the hydrate and breathe, oh heck yeah, I love that. Nice. Biology is proportional or lazy? It's definitely proportional. I don't know if it's lazy, but I think it makes sense proportions wise. Golden Naga just put my foot against my arm and exactly. Yeah, it's a weird body trick. There's also a fun one for if you're drawing realistic faces, where your eyes, that this art-wise can be broken, but your eyes, however long they are, you will have one eye in between. So they will be exactly the same length. I've cheated a little bit. It's a little bit shorter for my eyes. But if you look at your eye and like measure it, and then measure the other one, and then measure the gap in between them, it should be about the same. The fun things you learn drawing art and trying to keep proportions. Proof that biology is not always proportional with one word. Giraffes. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Another one is, I know there's another really weird rule. Something to do with ears. Then again, I've broken that rule a bunch, so maybe it's better I don't remember that. Are you telling me that your giant goblin eyes aren't exactly realistically proportioned? Shh. Don't tell my professor. They'll fail me. After I graduated, they'll fail me. Alright, let's do the hips. Wait, I didn't even finish the hands. One sec. Alright, let's finish up the hands. So it's up to you how many pieces you want to cut the hand into. For the sake of ease, and keeping the model simple, I will break them into one piece. Because this is a chibi model, we're not going to be focusing too much on hand physics. We're going to be keeping it fairly simple. I'm going to almost just like treat it like a mitt. I'll probably revise this hand later. Hands take me a while to draw, and I don't think it's that interesting to watch me to redraw a hand for hours on stream. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Ears sit from the bottom of the nose to the top of the eyes. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, guy. Yeah, it's a weird one. Measuring body parts using other body parts? That's how you keep proportions sometimes. Alright, so for the hips, they're going to make sure it overlaps a little. This is just for the base. So it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's good to have the base down. Hands are hard to draw, right? Yep, hands are really, really hard to draw. Even with the amount of practice I've had, it's still difficult. That's okay. No one said art would be easy. And if they did, they were liars. Yeah, let's It right about here. There's pretty good. So this one I will keep open because the line art, I don't want to have to worry about the line art being cut by the thighs. Do the thighs next. So thick thighs? Nah, I'm not that thick. Change your mind on the first in line. I'm gonna keep the knees attached to the thighs just because that's an easy way of keeping them there. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. The nice thing about this is, like, I can see on this side it looks a little weird. So let's correct that one. Yeah, that looks a little bit better for me. Yeah, alright, now let's do this shin. It's kind of up to you whether you want to keep the shins and the feet separate. I personally like to separate them because it allows for more motion. But if you're not going to be focusing too much on the feet and you don't want to dedicate too much extra rigging to it, keep the feet and shins. Without thick thighs, how will we save lives? Leave that to the professionals. Morning bread. Medium thick? I think this is like average thick. I like to keep the ankle on the shins because it allows for a pretty easy this way. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. I'm gonna do the floating inward. It's like called pigeon toed. The pigeon toed look. And again, feet and hands have their own anatomy, so they are a little bit difficult to draw. I drew that way too. Actually, no, that's not bad, but could be better. Let's. Did a pretty good rough of it. Keep it at that for now. The feet and the hands always take me extra time to do because again, their own anatomy, so I will probably do those off stream just so I can save a little bit of time. This is a tutorial. I can't have you watch me draw one thing for hours and hours when you have other learning to do. Yeah, so I'm going to fill these real quick. Then you can get a visual of how it all looks. Copy this color. Vortex, thank you for the 100 shinies. And did you sleep? Yeah, I slept. We're good, we're good. Don't worry about it, I'm okay. Bicep. So I do keep these layers separate. They get put into the same art mesh, but they will be kept separate. Golden Hawk, I must fall to slumber, but may your initiative rolls be high on your D&D games. Now roll for initiative. That's okay, we're not in combat right now. We're just doing some... But yeah, get some sleep. Get some rest. Maybe pass a little sleepover. Done. I think my phone's that makes me think very sleepy. Maybe just a little bit. I do have a little bit of bags on right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'm okay. Feeling like punishment. I'll feel more. I'll leave the hands. Do the fill in the hip manually. Oh wait, I realized where I messed up with eyes. Close them off. There we go. Oh, the thighs I need to do manually as well. Okay. Because they're not closed. Chins. There we go. Grandmaster, hey! I'm doing good. Feeling alright. Just finishing waking up. Get a little bit of cereal milk. Let me get that real quick. Good morning, Steve. How you doing? Didn't I see you last night? I'm pretty sure you dropped by. It's always a party when the Lich comes over. Let's go. Okay, please. Sweet. Alright, cool. Cool, we good. We good. Fill this. I love doing Chibi models because the line art does not have to, especially for the. Steez, I've been around like usual. How you doing, honey? I'm doing good, Steez. It's always good to see you. Just thinking about them. They're always on the brain. Okay, so manually I have to fill in the thighs and hips. Let's do the thighs first. I love this image. We're gonna lasso tool this because it's just speedier. Bit close to the line art. So if your model has multiple arms or a tail, you would probably put that in the base model. Unless the tail goes through some changes, like it aesthetically you change it up per model, then it would be considered clothing. Just for the sake of rigging and making models. There we go. Celius, thank you for the earwiggles. Alright, I'm feeling more awake, so we're doing good. Whew. Okay. Just need to do a little art to wake up. No big deal, no big deal. Do the hips. Fine. And we're just gonna fill in the hip. I'm grooving. I'm in the zone for art. Feeling good. Feeling fine. I guess it could be called the pelvis, but it includes the hips, so. Why did I rotate the canvas? Alright, those all on. Put lower body, upper body. There we go. And that's pretty much a breakdown of how you do a body base. Just very simple, flat colors, not a whole lot of complex shading or rendering. I'm not going to be focusing too much on rendering, but if you were to do any sort of skin textures or rendering, it would be done and made into its own piece. And depending on the rigger's style, you would cut the lighting onto different pieces and then have a base color underneath so that you could show the textures. But then again, that's not particularly my style. I very much keep a line art style. When you want it on a different layer as well, if you had it independent. I would think so, yeah. So far everything in this is its own separate layer. I always just draw another line layer under the main one for bits, have no hard line visible or color it after. My brain can't think that far ahead. It just goes, ah yes, keep it separate, keep it safe. So, thank you for updating Moobot. I do appreciate y'all for... Alright. Put that into the body layer. And then I will show y'all how we're gonna do an outfit. So for the hat piece, this is why I had to hold off on the hair for a little. If you are drawing a hat on your character, depending on what kind of hat it is, keep the rotations. So I'm gonna do a quick mock-up. So for example, I'm going to be doing a witch hat. There are many kinds. There's like the droopy kind that Ronnie has, which is wonderful. I love it. Actually, first thing I should do is probably up the canvas size. Up, up, and away. There we go. Okay. You can see a little better this way. How would you draw a messy ponytail in front view? Real quick, a messy ponytail from front view, you cut it by doing bangs, make a hair base layer underneath, and then draw the ponytail. I like asymmetrical ponytails, so even if they're in front view, they're asymmetrical. But that's just me. You can make your own ponytail very, very symmetrical if you'd like. And then it would come down the sides or the back. Fair warning, the sun burns. It does. That's why we got sunscreen. Be sure to use it. Never thought I'd be taking art lessons from a goblin. I never thought I'd be really given art lessons. I thought I'd be a math teacher. Don't get mesmerized again when drawing abs. Nah, it'll be fine, I'll be fine. But if you are cutting, for example, let's do a classic witch hat. You will need about 4 to 5 pieces for the base of the hat. You're going to need, let's do one of the hats like this. If we were to do a witch hat like this, very, very simple, you would need about 4 pieces. You would need there, and then we're gonna light. You would need, that's not light enough. You would need one for the back, 1 piece there. You would need 1 piece on top. There are probably different ways of breaking this, but this is how I would do it. That's already 2 pieces. You would need an inside of the hat, so that if you tilt your head, the inside of the hat would show when you're tilting your head up. And then you would need the base piece here. And any extra pieces you would want, like a ribbon, those would be separate pieces, or they would be drawn into the base of the hat. I will probably go for something a little bit more like what Ronnie has, but this is something that I have to keep in mind because every model is different, and this model is going to be a little bit tricky for this reason. Arcta, thank you so much! Nothing wrong with being mesmerized with abs and or movement. Feel free to send me the horny Jill for saying. Nothing wrong with respect, studying, or appreciating. As long as you're not studying actual people, because that's a little weird. But yeah, so one thing that I personally have to keep in mind is you see these things that are moving? These big old things? I have to keep in mind that if I wiggle my ears while I have a hat on, the hat has to react to it. So the hat has to move around it. So I either have to rig it so the hat has physics on top of its movement physics that react to my ear, or I have to make a hat that does not interact with my ears at all. So that's a fun thing that you get to think of. Think about it this way. If anything in your model moves, your clothing and accessories have to react to them. For example, the earrings you see, they have to react to my ear wiggles. They also have to react to me tilting with gravity. See how they hang with gravity? I had to rake that in. That's another reason why I struggled with making the hood, is because my ears make it very difficult. Big floppy hat must floop to ear wiggle. Yes, it does. To get that realism in there. Alright, smooth those up there. Let's do a quick rough and sort of think about how it's going to work. So, this is another reason why I didn't do the hair. Because I also have to think about the hair how the hair will react to the hat. Lots of stuff to think about. Will you also make a rig tutorial? Yeah, I'm going to be making a rig tutorial. I'm going to be making this from start to finish. We're one episode in. Let's see, if I want a hat, big witch hat, I could make an easy one that does not interact with my ears. This one would probably be the most viable. Because even if this was the highest angle, so if I were looking up, I'm gonna draw a mock head angle here. If I were looking up, the hat would probably look like this. Now if I were looking down, it would be lower. I'll go over how to make head angles in this tutorial. Possibly not today, but I'll go over it. So if we're looking at the downward angle, the hat would probably just thin itself. It wouldn't overlap too much, but it would just thin itself. So this is the safest way for me to do it with my ears. And the way I would make it look like Ronnie's hat is I would simply grab the edges and have it gently slope into the top. That's probably the easiest way to do it with my ears. If you don't have big ol' honking ears, easy peasy, easy peasy. Don't worry about it. You can make whatever hats you want. Alex Bryan. Bo, I want realism in my fantasy creature streamer. Understandable. I get it. I want real, accurate physics. Your Dolly Mommy, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the tower. Happy Saturday. Dialogue box, first time here, I've been looking for a few minutes. Super fascinating. I'm glad you find it fascinating. If you're interested in becoming a VTuber, like, I'm just making it from scratch, so y'all can check it out. But yeah, so another thing to consider is if my ears go up at its maximum, will it interact with this? Maybe. So I have to draw the maximum height of my ears and the minimum, or the extremes, I guess you would call them, so that I can see whether it would interact with the hat. I think I could make it so it doesn't interact. Thinking of the pieces right now, I'm just it's kind of like building a puzzle. You have to think about all the challenges and try to find solutions around them. So for this one, I think I would need red. I would need a top piece. This will be the top piece. It connects to the under piece. There's one. Let's see. I would probably need a circle base. That's 2. And then the cutting piece here. Yeah, so a cutting piece so that the hair is cut. Yeah, so 3, and then a underneath for the whole of the hat, so 4. I think I can get away with 4 pieces, and then I wouldn't need it, but it'd be nice if I had something frilly along the edges, like something that drapes the 5th piece, so that it hides the transition between up angle and down angle nicely. See you on Monday, Drago. Comedy, would it be possible to put a hood on Lily's ears? I don't think so. I think Lily is, because of how big her ears would be, I think for that I would have to rig a hood that has holes in its ears, which I tried to do for my own model. But if you do full rotations, like 90-degree turns, it makes it much harder because you have to think of all the angles you will run into. It's not impossible, but it would take a whole lot of work in rigging. Considering I got Live2D not long ago, I think watching would be a great way to learn from me. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of really good tutorials. For example, Dream Trove and Kira Omori are where I learned Live2D. And they are very, very good at condensing a lot of information into 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, that's one option. There's the Ronnie witch. Then let's go for a classic witch. One would be... So this one I would run into problems with. I'm sort of explaining why certain things would not work for my model and some things may work better. So this would be more difficult, simply because if the ears go up and extend past the border of the hat, just this little bit here, if it extends past the border of the hat, it kind of cuts through the realism of it. So in order to get past that, I would need to either make it so the physics of the hat go up while my ears go up, or I could leave it and hope that it doesn't overlap, which is fine, but depending on how accurate you want it to be, that's up to you. Blue flies and bees. Would it be super complicated to make the ears bump the hat when they go up? Yeah, that's what I mean. They would have to, the hat would have to bump up to match the ear physics. It wouldn't be impossible. It would just be a little bit hard to do, and you'd have to make sure that the physics sync up properly. If the hat has physics while it's going up and down, so it's waving up and down, as well as the ears have physics while they're going up and down, and then the ears have physics while they're moving up, like this, you have to make sure the hat compensates for that, so the hat reacts to that. I have about 4 physics parameters on my ears. I have the ears that react, the bounce that reacts to my X and Y motions. I have the bounce that reacts to my ear motions, and then I have the bounce that reacts to that reaction for an extra bit of flair. So it's a lot. The ears be at the top height may be deformed down like they're hitting the brim. That could be a thing I could do. It would be possible to reduce the physics. I will say that. Dark Lord, thanks for the hydrate. Yeah, reducing the physics may be one option. First, I would need to know how to do 2D art. There are a lot of ways to. Also, nice lady. There are. You can rig if you don't have any skills in Live2D, because of the way you can cut. You can simply cut a model. It would involve. Especially, I would not recommend copying a pre-existing design, like someone from an anime, if you are trying to use that for VTubing. But if you're trying to learn how to make a model from close to scratch, I would highly recommend just taking a character that you like, front view if you can, and then cutting that in Clip Studio and just rigging that. Making a very simple rig like that is a good way to learn. Jives. Sunlock went to bed last night, then came online today and forgot that your channel was on. And here we are. Welcome. Good timing. How would you split up a mohawk with longer hair in the back? I'll go over that real quick. Because, like, I do like this hat, but I might have a little bit of a crush on Granny. Look at this big old hat. Look at this big old hat. Yeah, if we were to do a mohawk, so you would probably have the base head, and then you would probably have a layer that clips onto the sides of the head. You would have maybe like, let's say if it was just a basic mohawk. You would probably have 3 or 4 pieces or more, depending on how much physics you want to add. You'd have the front, mid, and probably 2 back pieces. That way it allows for more rotation when you go on the side. So if you're looking at someone's profile view, you would have the 1 piece, mid piece, 2 in the back. And they would move around while you rotate. So they would line up straight when you're in front view, and then fan out when you go into profile view. Hair is interesting. I like it. I actually have rigged a mohawk before. It was actually my second model. I rigged a model for my DM because I wanted to test it out, and I was like, hey, can I do this character? And yeah, for sure, go ahead. Mango, thank you for the breathe. An enemy, thank you for the posture check. Alright. So, now that I've kind of got a hat design going, let's think about how I'll do the hair. We'll make this nice and dark. Visually see it. And I'm gonna rough out the hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into a toggle. I'm gonna make it so that I can take my hat off and put it back on. So if I'm doing this, I have to consider, okay, what pieces will be hidden by the hat? How many pieces should I cut it into? And what's the placement of the pieces so that it looks good while the hat is on and off? Alpha, I'm currently working on my own Live2D model now. Nice! Hopefully this is helping. Sorry if I'm going so slow, but it's good, it's good. Gotta show y'all how long it takes sometimes. Although it may seem like an artist is working really, really quickly, sometimes it takes a very, very long time. So let's do a quick rough. So I will for sure want my side bangs. Cut that into 2 pieces. 2 pieces. This I will probably keep as, just to keep it simple, 2 pieces, or 1 piece. So it's 1 piece. And then bangs. For the bangs, I don't have to worry about that too much being cut by the hat. So let's keep that into 4 pieces. So 1. Or maybe, yeah, 5. Even in 5 pieces. Probably add this on here. This piece. The bangs I won't change too much. It's more of the top hair. Because it's going to be covered by a hat, I have to make sure it transitions smoothly. Stegosaurus mohawk, I do. I love mohawks. They're great. Hey Zuchi, how you doing? Having a good supper, I hope. It's nice. I don't know if you know how much you've affected the entire world of pop culture around goblins. I want to thank you for it. Well, I'm glad. I didn't know that I wasn't expecting it. I was just like, yeah, let's vibe, have some fun. I'll just create a goblin model. It'll be fun. I like this design. And I'm glad that a lot of people resonate with it. What hairstyle would you say is studious? I think braids. I think like a librarian bun. That's the one that comes to mind. Eleanor, thank you for the 200 shinies. Tried long shag, bet it would look gorgeous. I gotta focus. Ooh, you think you have good hairstyles. Okay. So now for the back of the hair. I'm going to have to make it so that these pieces fold down when the hat comes on. So it's gonna be neat. So let's cut it into 1, 3, and then 4. Yeah, 4 pieces. We cut like this. And then I will need, bonus, the back of the head. is one big circle piece of just the one tone of hair. It goes behind the face so that when you rotate, it can fill in any gaps that the hair might leave. For me in particular, that's a little important because my hair is very asymmetrical and spiky, pretty much. But if you look at a lot of anime models, they have very simple hair that can be cut into maybe like 4 or 5 pieces. Because I have bedhead and it's very spiky and messy, I need more pieces to allow for more rotation, as well as back piece that I mentioned. It's this one, to compensate for change in rotation and the change in perspective. You have brain flavored drink. I'm sure we can figure something out. Maybe like see if there's anything left over from the chop shop. Hey now, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you. Martian works. Hey, how's it going? I would say the V-bridger mouth is easier than the traditional Live2D mouth. Ooh. They are significantly different. I'm not gonna go over V-bridger mouths right now because I don't think that's a good way to start to learn making models. It's very complex. I can show you how to do it later on. I can even do it with this model. But for now, I'm going to be focusing on the regular one. But the V-bridger, the pros is that it uses a 3D program or software to track mouth motion and your face motions. So it will improve your model tracking even if you don't rig in a V-bridger mouth. However, I do recommend trying a basic mouth first. Yeah, it's not easier per se. It's different. It's more and it takes more work because with a regular Live2D model, it's a little trickier. Actually, I'll show you real quick. So with the regular Live2D model, it's harder to get the O sounds, like O, That O sound is very, very particular to V-bridger, the 3D software, because the iPhone and some Androids know how to track that shape in programs. In Live2D, it'll be a little bit more limited. You can get very close. It won't be perfect though. There are some really good mouth charts out there, and I'll actually use one that I've found works for me. But if for some reason you are really, really struggling and after a couple weeks of calibration and if it still doesn't work out, then I would look into V-bridger. But yeah, I don't want to make it too complicated for people who are just starting. Yeah, I do really like V-bridger though. It's nice. There we go. Man, my hand is big. I've been trying to design a new transformer sonar for my avatar. Not too complex design, but just the right amount of detail to look good. I'm also considering making a vtuber rig, but I might not want to start it as a GIF rig. Yeah, starting out as a GIF rig is probably a good way to go. Might overwhelm myself otherwise. Your simple design has a lot more to it than I thought. Yeah, it's... I like to add a lot of potential motion, so if you want to add more motion, you'll probably need to cut your model into more pieces. You don't need too much rotation for it to be good, but I like to make it especially expressive and extra bouncy, because the more bouncy you make it, the less you have to move yourself, for the most part. Hey Wims, how's it going? It's always fun to watch people who know what they're doing. I always feel imposter syndrome whenever I do his tutorial, because I'm like, do I really know what I'm doing? Am I the right person for this? The answer is maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's do the hair. I did the bang already. And the pieces, so that saves me some. But I just wanted to show y'all how I would break it down and the reasons I would break it down this way. I thought I might have to do it differently, but because of the hat I'm going to go with, it'll probably stay the same. There we go. There are the pieces. Lovely back flare. Wrong one. Williams, do you ever have moments where your new models will have an inconsistent look compared to prior models? Feel as if they were improved and consistent mistakes. Every model is different. Nothing is going to be perfect. Sometimes I run into like new inconsistencies with my new models, like, or this one, for example. I ran into a couple of inconsistency problems with the hair. So to compensate for that, I added more pieces to allow for more rotation in the hair. This is pretty close to mutton chops, I think. Not too familiar with VTuber lingo. What's a GIF rig? So it was similar to a PNG tuber. So a PNG tuber is someone who is just a picture of themselves while they talk. It's a very good way to start VTuber. It's also just like, even start VTubing, you could just stay as a PNG tuber. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. A GIF tuber is one, or it's a GIF. So it's a looping mini animation instead of just a flat image. Like, I made a GIF tuber for Skyheart. It was a lot of work. There was a lot of... It was a test project, so we ran into a lot of new problems. But I learned a lot from it. Let's see. I'm just gonna open up an old file real quick. Because I need a reference. That's not it. There we go. I was gonna do a showcase of the, what is it? Alerts. I was gonna do a showcase of new alerts, but I haven't figured out how to put them all into one GIF. Old color palette, but it's still relevant because I still use it for this color palette. There we go. Yeah, that's the color one. Perfect. I knew something about it. Honey, you're an amazing artist model and model creator. I'm looking at the results right now and they're wonderful. Oh, that imposter syndrome. Yeah. Thanks, Sarandavan. Yeah, imposter syndrome kind of sucks. It's very frustrating when you have imposter syndrome because despite how many good results you can see, how much good you've done, imposter syndrome will still tell you that it's not enough. And it's very frustrating. But you just gotta sometimes push past it, but sometimes you also gotta take a break from whatever you're doing or feeling imposter syndrome about and go, okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Because sometimes that little voice in your head is just your anxieties worrying about you. Doesn't mean that they're all valid, but there might be a reason you're having imposter syndrome. Not always, sometimes it just happens like that. Oh, right. There we go. This. Honey with imposter syndrome? Kind of sus, not gonna lie. Yeah. I've found ways of dealing with imposter syndrome, and most of it is literally just going, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna play some video games till I feel better. And then like 2 hours later, I'll be like, cool, 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 cool. I feel fine. Sometimes for me, it comes from overwork. Because I actually, since I started streaming and doing models for my job, I've actually been working more than my previous work. It turns out I am very bad at managing my own time because I get so caught up in doing art that my brain goes, no, 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 let's keep going. We're in a good groove. We're in a good groove. We can get so much more work done. But then I never stop working, and then Cove comes home and is just like, why are you still working? You should not be working. Right, there we go. Isn't it filling in? Oh, it's because I've... There we go. Sastinator. I'm an engineer. Anyone in IT has their imposter syndrome stat affected multiplied by 50%. I can definitely see that. I have some friends who are engineers and they're like, I feel like what I do isn't quite real and I'm doing it wrong, despite the fact that everything is fine. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that. Your job is very stressful. Takes a lot of thinking. That's the wrong color. Yep. Where's a piece? No. Okay. Remember to save. One question: did your Synthonatia influence the color palette you chose for your model? The Snacks palette tastes like. It does affect my color palettes, but not in the way you would think. It's whenever I try to create a palette, I really struggle with it because my brain will say that there are certain textures in this piece that don't work with other textures, even if color palette wise it's a great match. So a lot of the times the colors that I think work really well together, or they feel like they work really well together, don't actually look very good. And I can recognize that, and it's frustrating. So what I do is sometimes I go to pre-made palette sites and find really nice palettes that I like and use those to create pieces. There's also like basic color theory that I try to follow. One of my friends back in art school taught me the grayscale technique, and that's been helping me so. Like the grayscale technique, taking a piece and making sure that the values and hues aren't all the same, and that there is contrast and focus. And that does tend to help a lot. It helps it so that the piece doesn't all mesh together color-wise. Indeed, thank you so much for the resub. Yet another programmer here, I can confirm imposter syndrome is a real pain. It is. It sucks. I feel bad. Why does your brain make you feel bad? I guess it's to make you double check your work, but not good for my emotional health. Each got best roommate, Cove great roommate. She's celebrating her 1 year of posting on Twitter right now. Made a cute little art piece for it. I'm a chemist in real time. I feel like an imposter. Hey, Mariac, no worries. Hope you got some sleep. Not a good line. I'm just coloring in the bangs right now. So if your hair is symmetrical, good for you. This will be a lot easier because you can use the symmetry tool. You probably don't need to draw as many pieces. However, because my hair is asymmetrical, a little bit longer. A little bit significantly longer, actually. Dude, I love it when people say not the way you think because it pushes the way I perceive the world. Yeah, it's We only ever experience things in our own brains. Different for everybody. And that's pretty cool. Makes life more exciting, you know? Like, the red that you see is not the same red as other people's. Some people may perceive it as your green. But your brain tell you it's different. Brains are funky that way. I like it. Alright, almost done. Just a couple more pieces, and then we're home free. Remember to save. Save. Like that teleported video where the red demon wants to put on red lipstick, but it's interrupted by someone else instead put on black lips. I haven't seen that one, but oh, maybe I have actually. I love teleporters animations. They're so good. Physics and secondary action on them. Everything's so smooth in animation. There we go. There we go. Pieces so it doesn't look a little. There we go. Missed a little bit. Here. And over here. Welcome to another installment of Honey's art tutorials for gremlins. Oh, gremlin. Be unhappy. You can't. I will not sleep. You cannot catch me. Tire yourself out. You'll just pass out outside. You pass out now. It's in your nice bed. It's up to you. You can sleep outside if you want. Whenever I draw, I want to draw with colors, but because I'm colorblind, it's difficult to work with colors. That's absolutely understandable. For people who are colorblind, I don't have any experience with that. Something that may work, though, is finding pre-made palettes and then using that. But again, it depends on what kind of colorblind you are, and that's another struggle entirely. Yeah, I guess. I wonder if there are any colorblind artists out there. Like really well-known ones with good tutorials. That'd be really helpful. Leo and Kobe having Kobe's favorite cake today? Yeah, we're gonna go get ice cream cake after this. She's gonna celebrate her 1 year, and we're gonna celebrate a late 1 year streaming for me. And we're gonna go around getting sound equipment. I'm also gonna talk to my computer guy, seeing if I can up my RAM, because apparently I only have 16 RAM. I thought I had more. Ah, well, that's okay. When I first got this computer, I did not know I'd be using it for streaming. So, yeah. Need a little bit more. A little bit more. Art is so clean and well done. Thank you! It takes a long time to get it to like this. Is it possible for me to do something nice for Cope? Sweet bean. I would say if you don't know what to do for your favorite artists, literally just go to an piece of art that you like and go, hey, I really like this, or give them like little compliments. Artists thrive off of feedback, positive feedback. Constructive criticism is fine, but you gotta make sure that the person that is receiving this constructive criticism is open to it and wants it. Because sometimes when artists post art, they just want to share something wonderful they made. But if you start criticizing it, they will go, oh, people don't like the thing that I wasn't expecting criticism on, you know? The thing that I just wanted to draw and share with people. So just, yeah, give some positive feedback. Like, fan art is great. Fan art is absolutely wonderful if the artist is accepting fan art. Like, even just like retweeting it and liking it. It lets the artist know that their work is appreciated and people enjoy it. I'm serious. I only asked because I am a PNG tuber waiting for a wanting to be a VTuber with a good model, and I'm not sure how to go about it. Ah, I must have missed you earlier. My bad. But yeah, like, if you're waiting to be a VTuber, I would highly recommend making a budget and finding an artist style that you like. Because VTubing is expensive. It is an expensive, I guess, hobby is the best way to put it. But it is very, very fun to see a model move. Thanks, Eric. Question: do you know the worst art software that you can think would not be recommended? Ooh, worst? Don't know. I've only ever used Photoshop and Clip Studio. I didn't start digital drawing till art school, and they straight up set you up with Photoshop. So I haven't experienced the worst. Like, I don't think there's any awful programs to draw on. If there are, they're probably very obscure. Cortez, thank you for the free check. Oh, this is nice. Oh, Granny Snapper, thank you so much. For some reason, oh yeah, that's why. Okay, that's why. I was looking at the wrong place. And make your bonus est. Thank you for the hydrate. Their bonus. No worries, man. This is a perfect time, like, while I'm doing this, to ask any questions you got. If you have any questions about VTubing or model creation or design, fire away. I will do my best to answer them. Commenting MS Paint for Windows 3.1. Okay, yeah. That's, I have seen people try to draw on that. It might just be me and my snobby art opinion. But MS Paint doesn't seem like a great program for drawing it, just compared to what I've been using. But people who can draw in MS Paint, weird. I see. When you find the artist and everything works out perfectly with how they portray your character, it's such a good feeling. Yeah, it's very important to find an artist who has a style that you feel would fit your character and that you really like. Sometimes those two things don't overlap, but do. Alright, I think that is all the hair pieces. This is at least the base color for it. And that's how you put hair on a model. So what I'll do is, once all the pieces are colored, I will organize them into layers and the order that I want them to. Rana, thank you for the 100 90s. Draw me like one of your French goblins. Pose for me. I watched that Titanic scene after going to art school, and I was like, I get that they're going for like nudity and romance and an intimate moment, but in my brain I'd just be thinking, like, how many drafts did Jack do? How many like rough sketches were there? How long did that actually take? I see people make Paint 3D work somehow. I don't think I've heard of that. Are you talking about grease pencil? I know that's the thing in Blender. Turn that off for now. Actually, let's turn it down. Get an idea of what it looks like, and let's do a quick rough. We're gonna do a rough of the outfit now. So the fun thing with the outfit is, for the most part, you don't have to worry about pieces overlapping. It's only when it comes to like hats and hair where you have to start being careful. Go. even though I have absolutely no experience with VTube. I'm actually trying. Oh, you're trying to make your own model. I see. Oh, okay, that's really good. I would highly recommend trying to make a model, just because it gives you an understanding of how the technology works and how much work goes into it. Nice, Lenders. It's going good. Taking a quick break and stretching my arms right now, just to make sure that I'm not getting too tight. Grandma, thank you. As a prolific commissioner, I have a standard method when approaching a new artist when I'm not 100% sold on who. Since I have many options, I ask if any of my creations are speaking to them, or I find letting them choose, I get better results. Yes, very much so. Sometimes showing if you have any character art previously existing of your character, show them to the artist first and be like, hey, I want to commission this. Is this within your style or your abilities? And if not, perfectly fine. It means you find a different artist. Because sometimes you think an art style might work, but if the artist is not comfortable drawing in that style or isn't used to, for example, that creature you want to have drawn, definitely make it known that they can say no. Because that's very important. You don't want to force a piece out of an artist, because you end up with subpar results. On the topic of fan art, some VTubers will only accept not safe for work art, so it's good to check their info and such beforehand. Leading from that, do you accept fan arts? If so, how far do you allow? For the most part, I enjoy safe for work fan art. I don't mind like swimsuits. Those are nice. Like Code draws me in plenty of swimsuits. That's totally fine. For the most part, I try to ask people to keep it fairly non-sexual, just because I don't want someone seeing fan art going, oh yeah, this is a lewd streamer, I can go into here and be lewd. No. We just like to keep it casual, relaxed, educational in fact. But thank you so much for asking. I do really appreciate when people ask. Absolutely nothing wrong with people who love not safe for work art of themselves. Absolutely not. I do appreciate them. But of myself, not so much. Looks like Sax. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you. Garza. Hi there. Love your art and love your voice. Oh, thank you. It'll sound better once I get a better mic. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. Mercenary. Yeah, I'm making a new model. I'm making a Chibi witch model. All right, let's do the rough now. So when you're doing a rough of your outfit, a fun thing you can do, go wild. Absolutely, just put any design you want out there. So let's go with like a reserved witch outfit to start out with. We're gonna try out a couple different ones later. So if your character has breasts, usually I do not put those on the base model, just because sometimes the shape or the lift will change depending on what outfit you're going for. If you're wearing something with like a push-up bra, for example, the breasts will be higher. But if you're wearing something that's more like a V-cut, the cut will be deeper and there will be less support and the physics will change. That is something to consider if you're looking at that for your model. So that is why I usually don't include the booba when I'm doing base models. What if I do like witch sleeve? Or I could do a tight one. Ooh, maybe let's start at the half sleeve. Ooh, risque but not neuter, not interested. Yeah, thank you. Detachable boots. Yeah, exactly. They are separate pieces. I won't be going over super complex chest physics. For the most part, I'm going to try to keep it simple. Just because, first off, some people may not be having breasts on their model. Understandable. Totally fine. But also, just for the sake of learning, I don't want to make anything too complex for people. So I'm just making lines right now and trying to figure out what kind of feels right shape-wise. I do like long skirts. I do the corset that has the frills here. Design process is messy, but it's fun. I'm still using an old blue Yeti snowball. What should I upgrade to? Great question. That depends on what your budget is. And it also depends on what you have space for. Blue Yeti is a fine mic for just starting out. Sound-wise, USB mics, I have been told, are not great. Again, I am not a sound expert. I know very little about it. I would highly recommend checking out Barry the Bugbear's setup. He actually gives very good advice for people who don't know what kind of mic to get or what kind of sound equipment to use for what they're using. And he's very good at budgeting. Like if he has like budget lists of what is affordable and good, and where you can kind of meet him in the middle. He likes long skirts. I like long skirts. Is that an idea? Make an additional swimsuit out for the Chibi witch model in a future Cauldron stream. Ooh, that wouldn't be too bad. All right, let's see. So far, I'm liking the forearm sleeve here. This is a little too well. Actually, shape-wise, this looks pretty good from afar. Sometimes, here's a little trick if you're not sure if the design is working. Zoom out till it's small and see if the silhouette still stands out to you. Barry is a rockin' dude. Quite literally, he rocks. Will this witch outfit have a cute witch hat? Yes, it will. For now, I'm working on the dress. Let's see. I feel like super scrappy witch outfit. Like I've run through the forest a couple times with it. Would be good. Barry who? Barry the Bugbear. Yeah, let me yeah. He is a rockin' bugbear and knows a lot about sound, and he's very, very cool. Check him out. Ah, you won. Okay, guy, you got me. You got me. You beat me to it. You can type faster without your hotkeys going off. Simple design is surprisingly difficult. Yeah, simple designs are very difficult sometimes. They're very good for rigging, but sometimes a simple design really does make the eye focus more on the face features, which is kind of what you want in a VTuber model for the most part. Sometimes it's really, really fun to have super complex outfits, though. From a design standpoint, this advice doesn't always apply. Just forewarn. If you have an OC that you're really feeling and it's absolutely wild and complex and there's so many bits and pieces, go for it. Do it. Have fun with it. But if you want to try to make sure that the audience has one focal point on the model, I would recommend making that the face or the eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. It's how you relate to people. Rigging question. When you're turning the model head in XNL, how do you move the hair bang under the face? Oh, these pieces? These ones? If the head is moving this way, I move them the opposite way. If you look at my model, you can see how the hair moves. If I move my eyes and face in one direction, the hair moves the opposite. It's to give it that 3D-esque rotation. So it's looking nice. Oh, thank you, Great Pool. What if I gave it like a frilly color? And Joker's just bring an outfit together, honestly. I'm gonna actually do something that will help me a little bit. Let's pull up Ronnie's outfit. A good thing to do also is to grab any inspiration, things that you like. Oh, okay, Ronnie's design different than I remember. Ronnie looks a little different than in my... She's got, first off, big hat, big win. But she's also got a cloak. A very simple dress under. Okay. Let's see. I'm just literally looking at witch outfits right now. Ooh, okay, this is actually... This is more of a modern witch outfit, but it does have elements that I like. Paste. There it is. This is someone, I think this is off someone's blog where it's like, want to have a dark academia / witch aesthetic. Go for it. Now we're running through concepts, so I'm just gonna do tests. I'm gonna test some stuff out. Hey Pom, thank you for the resub. Smashbuster Speed. I don't know, when you said that, I thought of Speedwagon. Alright, let's go. I'll probably have a belt here just because I like having belts at the thinnest point of models. It makes it... Impact, thank you for the breathe redeem. Do I have choker? Oh gosh, doesn't have a choker. Let's see, what if I... Ooh, okay, well, yeah. What if instead of this, it's a little bit of a maid vibe with that choker. I just have it close and do like a Wednesday Addams sort of collar. That looks kind of cute. I wonder if she had a mustache instead of a choker. No, I don't got a mustache. Bigger the hat, bigger the win. Bigger the hat, bigger the power. More hat, more power. Let's go. Just real quick. Do a Wednesday Addams style with big hat. Oh, but I probably gonna want to go with long sleeves. Oven core. Ooh. See. Right now I'm just playing with shape, seeing how it's going. Kind of like a bell. Maybe I'll give this a test. I'm gonna take a little sip. I'm getting thirsty. He doesn't, but you're gonna change that, aren't you? Starting to look a bit like game show Jummy. Ooh, a little bit, yeah. Starting to look like a formal outfit. Let's see. Does this mean you discovered a new dimension? 2.5D, a dimension between 2 and 3? Very close, very close. I am very close to getting understanding the third dimension. Almost there, but not quite. The one downside is like I already have the frilly chest dress. So maybe I'll do. A bit more of a modern witch look, but let's give it a shot. See how it looks. One of the gremlin's boobs is lopsided? Yeah, that's okay. How we start. This is just a rough. I did like I just did a corset. I gotta stop doing the corsets. Gosh dang, Big Hero 6 is emotional? It really is. I love Big Hero 6. Forearms just regular 2. Just 2. Maybe I'll do collarbone. I'll do this. Maybe. Maybe I'll do like the weird long sleeves but not actually attached to the dress look. Okay, I'm feeling this a bit more. Which with the boar familiar instead of a cat or crow? Peculiar. A little strange, but you know, each their own. Ooh, what if I made it so that there are stars on the inside? Funny because I actually have a dress that's cuddly, but... Ooh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay, okay. Alright. Alright. Feeling it. Feeling it. Like Arabian style shirt? Is that what it is? I know very little about fashion, which I should probably change. What if I just do a cool crescent and charm? I do like that. Okay, this is feeling pretty good. What I can do is I can also do a cool effect where I can put stars in the background. I'll probably show y'all how to do that on Monday. There are some really cool witches that have, not just witches, just like a lot of VTubers that have some cool background effects going on in their outfits. Sick. I've been meaning to try that out. I'm gonna steal the witch design I made for it? Maybe. Maybe. Constellations moving on. Cool. It is doable. I have seen it done. I understand how to do it. Yeah, okay, I'm feeling it. This feels good. Yeah, I should probably have a pouch. A little magic pouch. Full of magic stuffs. So I can show y'all how to do some physics. Gonna make honey rig more detail into the chibi model than a regular one. A regular model has plenty of detail, but this is going to be a little bit more complex than I originally envisioned, but in a good way, in that y'all can probably learn a lot from this one about complex rigging. I will try to keep it simple for the sake of learning, but I do want to test a couple. With every model I want to test something new so that I can add something to my repertoire. Love it so much. I like a challenge. Means I got to learn something new. All right, yeah, I'm feeling this. Maybe if I make the side cut or middle. Ooh, I do like. Nice. I do like this actually. Put a little like star clip here, like a crescent move. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we got a pretty okay rough. I'm liking this one. The other ones were fine, but nothing really strong stood out. This looks much better. Ooh, sloshing potion bottles would actually be very difficult. Not difficult, but a little too much. Sun actually showed me how to do sloshing water effects, but it might be a little bit much if you're just trying to learn Live2D. If anything, the art book for Castlevania has some awesome fashion design. It's so pretty. It's such a good show. Alright, let's see. Add fabric folds here. Range so that I remember to do it. Yeah, let's get that a shot. Hey Min, how's it going? How you doing, Minerva? Oh. But thank you so much for the resub, part of Demoness. Ah. Well, I read your name in a different way. Understandable, Daddy. Yes, sometimes I misspell my name in exactly the way you're thinking of. I know which one you're thinking of. Yeah, glad I was on the money with what kind of witch outfit you like. I have a certain taste that everyone is aware of. Alright, let's turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to show y'all how to separate it. Some of it is symmetrical, some of it is not, so we'll deal with that as it comes up. Okay, let's start off with next piece. Okay. So for the neck piece, we're going to separate it into, let's say 3 pieces. 3 pieces is probably pretty good for this. For now, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to worry about the colors. I'm just going to keep it one color. Turn on that. There we go. Symmetry tool, you save so much time. Fun, thank you for the hydrate. Excuse me. Dr. of Scotch, we doing a witch goblin. We doing a witch goblin. I love it. I love witches. I want to be a witch. But yeah, we're gonna keep it buckle. It's actually, yeah, we're gonna keep the buckle separate. I need to do that for rotation. Yep. Buckle, and you gotta label everything because that's where we live in. Chain connecting piece. Actually, I'll cheat it a little bit and just do this. Ooh. Hey Neko, how's it going? Daddy Des, thank you so much for the shine. It's a bit. And Matt, thank you for the posture check. Oh, this is good. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, stretching my back. Oh, it feels so good. Whew. Alright. Yeah, honey, I made it. Also, hi Gary, don't worry, I have no clips for you. Oh, doing fun clips of Gary? Good witch? Bad witch? What do you think? Will I be an evil witch? Could I be an evil witch? Could my tummy take it? You ever just think about, like, having like a villain arc and go, oh no, it would hurt too much. Sometimes you just want to go wild, but then you go, no, but then hurting people sucks. I don't want to be mean. Why would you want to do that? I feel like I'd be the equivalent of like Harvey Beaks doing pranks, but it's just doing his chores and going, pranked ya, I made you a sandwich. I love that show. That is one of my comfort shows. Well, you still work for a lich. That is true. I didn't really do anything. Most of my job was cleaning up and resetting the traps. So I wasn't really... I guess it was kind of a little bit. Those are legitimate ear wiggles in the key. Never did. Oh, dang. My bad. I missed that. Thank you for those. Well, yeah. Neko, I just got home. I think I'll relax and do drawing. I love your drawings. I love your art, Neko. Alright, let's do collar. I'm gonna make the pieces overlap so that if I need collar up or down, I can stretch it and it doesn't leave the border. Look at that, it already looks so cute. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're going more complex, I'm going to keep this pretty simple. If you're going more complex, you would need to make another layer and have a fill layer behind so that you can add more rotation. I'll keep that. Screw it, I'll keep it. Color back. Steered across the lands. Sorceress honey. To be honest, if you feel guilty during a hype train, the bad witch isn't you. That could be a bad witch. Maybe. Honey, you're in Ida's bad girl coming. Yes! And mischief maker. Alright, so. How are we gonna separate the chest? So just for ease. First I'm gonna make a folder. That's gonna be color. Chest. So we're going to make a chest line. Which is just going to be breast line. I'm gonna keep it fairly simple, not gonna make it too complex. If you want to go more complex, you can separate them into lefts and rights. But I'm gonna keep it simple. As a professional tailor, I always wondered, do character design artists understand clothes construction and cloth physics, or are they just winging it? Sometimes they're just winging it. The actual professionals, when they're doing design for real life, for real life, they have to know how physics of cloth work. But for cartoons, whatever looks good. It's whatever looks good. What's this about Sorcerer's Honey's? Honey multi-classing? I'm just respecking a little bit. Just a little bit. You mean that your counts community service? I got something in my eye. I'm technically in my redemption arc. I was a villain before starting VTuber. Oh, I see. So yeah, you're streaming from community service. Did I get it? Smart. Shirt. So let's do this. This usually takes me a couple tries because getting it right with difficult sometimes. That's pretty close. I like to wing it, but as long as it looks good. Yeah, so that's true, Hoodie. Sometimes it's just whatever looks good. You wing it. You don't stress about it. If it look good, it look good. Mine looks... Okay, yeah, not quite what I was thinking. That looks alright. This shirt too. Wrong chest. Don't make it weird. It's all good. We being respectful. Yeah, so we'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll make the chest shirt, so the actual shirt part, overlay on top of the breast. That's how I'm probably gonna do it. Being a witch, what kind of magic is your kind of magic? Cooking magic? Is that a thing? Or I'd be a bard witch. Sing songs, cast spells. That sounds like fun. Man, I want to be spec into all classes when I got time to learn everything. Can you sing life into stuff? Ooh, that'd be golemry? Like, sing life into a doll? You made a golem? The fun thing with this is I could probably just, with the kind of cut I'm going for this, I could probably just do this. Go, and And that's one piece. That's chest. Alright. Now, for the clothing, this will always vary depending on how you set up your model. Since I cut mine into torso, bicep, and forearm, I will probably cut along the same kind so that way I can put them all into one mesh warp. But I'm gonna cheat it a little bit for these sleeves because the sleeves are very flowy and big. I'm going to make it a little bit different. Honey, do you have to use different programs for the type of models, like the one for a 2D and a different program for 3D? Yes, they are very much different models. 3D, you can use Vroid. That's a really good one to start off with. There's Blender. I think Unity and Blender work together to make a model. But for 2D, the only one I know is 2D or Live2D. So the one I'm gonna be using. This one you need CS Paint or Photoshop files. Bravely default to as an art mage class. Art mage? You can always shoot small versions of yourselves from your... Let's pull a centaur world. Make potions we could magic? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think so actually. You're kind of brewing, but maybe that's more like alchemy. Ordinary Ollie, welcome back! Elbow Tax Incorporated. Still April, so I will accept them. I just remember this fun fact. The show River Monsters ended because Jeremy Wade caught all the fish and there was nothing left in the show. There were no more fish! He caught all the fish! It's forever done. You can't have another show, there's no more fish to catch. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're gonna draw the shoulder piece. Ooh, maybe I'll do the cool, like, shoulder pad thingy. Yeah. As if this is connected to the torso. Just gotta make sure it covers the torso. Oh, I'm liking these shoulders. I'm liking these shoulders. Yeah, they look cool. They look cool. I drew a character with a full leg boots and almost considered redesigning after realizing what it would be like trying to take those off. Full leg. I mean, like, it's doable. You could definitely do that. IRL, they are hard to take off. There we go. There we go. Do modelers ever use a design model with their arms up, or do they mostly for expo? It is... You try to find a fairly neutral pose, because for the amount of time that your arms are off screen, it doesn't matter too much. Unless you're showcasing your model from the torso up. You can make it so that there are different poses for your arms. I just like to keep it fairly neutral and out to the sides. Like for some of my models, they have hands in pockets. That's one way to get around the classic princess pose. I tried playing with VRoid Studio, but since my character was a full face helmet, I couldn't make it do what I wanted. Yeah, that you'd probably need to make an asset in Blender and then put that on top of your VRoid model. So That would take a little bit more breaking. Yeah, thank you so much. Someone say Gobtex? Even if they didn't, I'm throwing it at you. Take that. I can't stop you. It's death. Know this. Stick to full leg boots, buttons, and zippers. Yep, yep. Alright, there's... Let's do the sleeves now. So normally what I would do is I would draw two pieces. I would draw ones like this and one like this. I can still do that. Actually, I can still do that, but I could cheat it and make it simpler. But I'm trying to think what would be best education-wise. If I do it separately, I can teach you how to use the glue tool. If I do it regularly, it takes a lot of time. No, Doctor, no. Death, this is what you started. You started this, Death. Robbie, I'm going to purposely put fish in other ecosystems just so I can have them evolve into new species, just for Jeremy Wade. You're gonna upend this guy's old career. You're gonna start it off again. Please, no. Oh, come on. Come on. I love how your hand shows up on the screen and also, oh, thank you. Glad you like it. Thank you so much. If I have to cut this into probably be one piece. I would already probably be using the glue. Okay, okay. And I will cut it into one piece. Let's do that. I just remember to put everything into an arm. Smurf! Thank you for the 1,000 shinies. No, you did. It's all good. Death is started because of you. It's your doing. See what you. This is amusing for me. It's why I do it. I know. It's the most kind of chaos I can think of. Call them shiny. They are shiny. Is that not? I know people sometimes call them bits, but like they're so shiny in chat. They like move around and the little shine effect goes off. I like it. Let's see. Let's have this here. This will be the top sleeve. Do my nails while watching. Ooh, nice. I should probably do my nails. I was taking a break from putting nail polish on them, just because they were starting to get a little flaky. They weren't feeling so hot. I needed to put a break from them. But feeling it again. I want some color there. Let's do that. I'm not going to worry too much about fabric for now, just because this is a Chibi model. I don't want to make it too detailed, but it'll be good like this. These are only actually going to be two pieces, front and a back, and the back is going to act as a clipping mask so that I can put a little star animation in. They are. I call them. That is why I say that. Yeah. Hootie gets it. Hootie gets it. Helps with more money every. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves first. That is very important. We're here for a good lesson, and we're here to learn. All right, sleep back. There we go. This. Gotta draw the back piece. What we're gonna do is we're going to use the glue tool, glue the ends together. I'll teach you how to use the glue tool in Live2D. It's a fairly handy tool. Not bad, not bad. Alright, I'm liking it. Now it's time for the skirt. Go. Let's start with base, so the back piece. Yep. What familiar gonna have as a magic caster? I'm gonna have my boar. He's just so good, like I already got him. Just let me grab him real quick. There he is. He's here to vibe. He's taking it easy. So cute. He's so cute. Ah. We'll just come hang out for a bit. You know, bad. All good. He's fairly new. I wasn't really showing him off until recently. I won't be going over how to add your own familiar, because that's a little more complicated. For now, should focus on the basics. Snack also get a witch hat? I don't know if I'm gonna be adding Snack to this. Because I don't want to make this tutorial too complicated. But yeah. I am tempted. I am tempted to add him in. Actually, since this is lower, this is the back of the skirt. Let's put it a little bit lower so I don't have to worry about overlapping. But I might use some glue to it as well. We're gonna make it. And this will kind of be a mask layer and the back of the skirt layer for the star. One. There we go. That way I can draw an asymmetrical design. Do the skirt. Mute up a bit. Then do it. Start here. This will be. I can make this one piece. Put a little boar pin in the hat. Oh, I can put. That'd be cute. But okay. Right. The front skirt. Let's make the front skirt two. First one. Second. Grit. Go. Down. Legendary Thunder Thighs. They're not that big. They're not that strong. I want them to be. I've actually been working on getting my legs stronger so I can lift more. I like how Snack is only barely able to look over the tablet. He's just peeking over. Just taking a little look. I feel like Ronnie and tie fake arms under your own. I don't. For a second there, I thought you were like, yeah, Ronnie's fake arms, not real. They're not real. I've been lied to. Did I think I was gonna be getting an extra big hug? But they're really just puppet hands? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. They're real. They're there for the hugs. Snack is drawing honeys. Yeah, exactly. I'm just supporting him while he draws for me. This is how I really do my work. I don't do anything. I just let my board do it all. You're paying me to let my board draw. I'll probably turn off this. Alright. Turn down. Fast. Just kidding. I like it better when it's like that. Okay. We're gonna flip the design just so I can. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. We're gonna simulate a little bit of cloth. Would take longer to do more complex fabric, but for now we're gonna keep it fairly simple. Yugoku, thank you for the earwigs. You gotta say incredible job with hand tracking. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like it. And Death, thank you for the gifted sub to Dythus. Thank you so much. The little bit of below. Letting y'all know I am not using a reference for this. I very much freehanding this. If you want better cloth physics, definitely use reference. I'm trying to make this as simple and efficient as I can. Go. Greetings from Germany. Hello. How's it going over there? Probably want to cut it. Yeah, probably want it to. Alright, now. This one. Just gonna respite before severe storms come. Ooh, yeah, take it easy and be safe. Of love. Yeah, be careful. Get some good rest, and I hope you're safe and ready to hunker down. A bowler hat would be perfect. A bowler hat would. Oh, there's so many hats I should add on to Snack. So cute. So many I could add. Thomas, thank you for the posture check. Love this. It feels so good. Alright. Yes, that's skirt front, skirt back, side skirt. Go. Bill, thanks for the hydrate. Any hat would look cool on this guy. Look at him. Look at him. So fashionable in any hat. Even a sun hat would look good on him. Excuse me. May I ask, what kind of goblin are you? Pretty wealthy goblin or a more kindly goblin? I think that's kind of up to you. That's for you to decide. You get to perceive me how you. But for the most part, like I feel really bad whenever even in the subathon I was like, this is okay. This is to celebrate, and this is to set up the models for the year. I felt bad setting some of those subathon goals so high. I was like, I don't want people to spend too much money because I don't want to encourage people giving money that they don't have. That scares me a lot. I'm like, please make sure you have enough to eat and clothe and feed yourself and buy some new games for you. Oh yeah, that still stands now. Make sure you take care of yourselves first. Hi Rolled, thank you for the sub with Prime. Sad that I missed a portion of part 2. Glad I'll be able to catch the VOD. Yeah, the VODs are going up pretty consistently because I have finally caught up. That subathon took so long to upload. It took so long, but it's there now. It's out on YouTube if you want to watch it. Go. Fairly simple. This. There we go. Alright, sweet. Looking super cute. This is looking super cute. Ranny the Goblin. Maybe use all my spending money on some of the guy. I expect save money. Living expensive. Living expensive. You gotta save that money for food and necessary stuff. Here's what your setup is. I got 2 monitors. One's a Cintiq. One's a regular monitor. Computer's okay. I need to upgrade it, and I'm using a Blue Yeti. That's about it. Save money, live better. Yeah. Alpha, you gonna get off to take a break? Yeah, no worries. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, we got the side skirt. Let's do some jewelry. Jewelry. Put a little moon there. Let's actually make it star. We're going for the moon and stars aesthetic. Do I know how to draw stars well? Mm-mm. Will I still attempt it? Mm-hmm. That's not too bad. It looks a little bit like Patrick from SpongeBob, but it, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Alright, let's belt. Green moon. But I love priestess. Put the belt over perhaps past the dress. There we go. I like slanted belts. Like straight belts are fine, but like they're slightly slanted across the hip. Nice. She could be familiar. He sees a starfish. Use a drawing tablet, or do you have one of the big ones with a screen? I have a Wacom 22-inch. So I draw directly on the screen. I can't use my hands, but I haven't set it up that way. I don't want to smudge the screen with my gamer grease. And like I've heard that GPUs are getting cheaper. I've heard some good things. My computer's actually fairly new. I got it right before the pandemic started. Because I needed a new computer, and I was like, you know what, I want to get a gaming computer. Turns out, a gaming computer and a streaming computer are 2 different beasts. Because gaming is fine. You only need to run so many programs at once. With streaming, you have to run OBS, game, and if you're a VTuber, you have to run 3 games at the same time. And cameras. It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you're thinking of being a streamer or a VTuber, I would highly recommend getting a good computer first and foremost. Even if you don't become a VTuber, you will appreciate the good computer. More games? Yes, Hootie. More games all at once. So I run, when I was playing Elden Ring last night, I was running VBridger, VTube Studio, OBS, I had chat open in Opera GX, and I had Elden Ring running. That's like 4 really heavy programs all at once. And there were a couple moments where my model was lagging, so I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm gonna try to up my RAM. That's what helps. I'm not a computer. Do the little pouch. A quick little pouch. What is a witch without? Yeah, just a cute little one. Very simple, very easy to draw. It's just a box. There are other options besides saving your money. You could overwork yourself like I do to get lots of money or sell non-vital organs. I don't know about that. I'd like to live Living my life sounds great. So overworking, not a great idea. I already work like 12-hour days. just on my stream assets and things for the models and the new projects coming up. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's work I very much enjoy. I'm very fortunate to be in this situation. Work yourself. Then again, you've been playing Elden Ring, so your GPU can't be too bad already. Yeah, my GPU is not bad. It's decent. Could be better, but it's decent. Snailist, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the cover. And he's already overworked. Right, listen, art is addictive. Misty, I'm working on a PNG tuber. It's vtuber, OBS, foodbar, touch portal, and a custom app to monitor a 3D printer before starting a game. That is a lot. I don't know what half those things are, but that sounds like a lot. You really need that second kidney, or could you use an extra core in your CPU? I've been saving up. I've been doing extra commissions to pay for that extra CPU, hoping to get like maybe an i9. I don't know. I have to do more research. Overworking only makes you sensitive. Overworks to make you happy. The company better be working hard to make you happy. Worth that. Work. That was a sentence. Yes. I speak into good English. Chain. Let's draw the chain. I'm gonna draw it here to here. Let's put this up. I'm gonna draw chain link. This is how I draw chains. It's like the Howl's Moving Castle style, where it's just like, okay, we need to show people that there are chains, but not actually draw chains over and over and over again. So I just do this. Hello? Not just being, but living your life. Live your life. Do it. Hey, Grunkle Dan, how's it going? Save up or hear me out. You could let us buy it for you. I thought that I've had some people go like, "Why don't you put it on your throne? Why don't you do that?" And I'm like, first of all, that is a whole chunk of money. That is a big old chunk of money, and I don't know. I don't ever want to even give people the option to overspend on me, because I don't want to be the reason someone has to skip out on dinner for a day or something like that. But it's also another small thing is like, I don't want it to get lost in the mail. That sucks. That doesn't sound good. And also, I'm a big kid. I should pay for my own computer. I should pay for my own assets. Fun stuff like little. Like, maybe I'll put a stream deck on Throne. But I think that's kind of the limit of what I'd put there. Like, my sound equipment, I want to be able to get right away and set it up myself, hopefully this week. So I'm going to actually go into a local store and support small business. At least I think it's a small business. It might not. You know, I don't have to worry about it getting broken in shipping. But yeah, like, the computer stuff is like... Don't want... I don't want y'all to be overextending yourselves for me. What, not going full 80s anime and rendering every grain of sand? Oh. Hope could let you do whatever you Alright, for the chain, I think what I'll do is I'll do something fun. I duplicate it. I'm gonna duplicate it and bit. That's a fun way of doing multiple chains. I'm gonna see if I can add physics to those chains. Between gold rings, pearl necklaces, silver bracelets, and one big platinum crown, which will you steal first? Platinum crown. After that, it would be the gold rings because platinum and gold maintain their value really well. My mom and I, whenever we have the chance and whenever we save up, we're like, let's go buy some silver because it maintains its value, and in this economy, we don't know what happened. Okay. So my mom is holding on to a little thing of silver that I bought. And you don't need to worry about me overspending on you. I do that on video games. Well, at least that's on yourself. That's spending money on yourself. Okay, Restream Deck. If you have a spare Android tablet sitting around, Touch Portal is cheap alternative. Ooh, I do not. I showed my stream setup to the Dem crew, and they were like, "Oh, honey, you need another monitor." My setup needs some work. That's why I'm working on it. Will be improved soon. I also think getting PC stuff locally is better since there's less risk of it being broken in pieces to your door. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot that can happen when you order something and when you order it to when you get it. Especially with sound equipment. If it's delicate, I have no idea how delicate sound equipment is. I don't want to risk it. If it's breakable, don't want to put it in a box. Also need a better monitor than a 22-inch 180p. I was making it work. I was making it work with what I had. Yeah, I got distracted. My bad. Shirts on. Yeah, that's pretty good. Adjust the pouch a little bit, make it a little bit. There we go. Put a little buckle on. Cool. Doing a quick hi and bye. About to make my D&D party fight an Umber Hulk and Remoraz at the same time. Have fun! That sounds like a good time. Silver and gold particles are very valuable in nanoparticles. Oh hey lady, what's up? How's it going? I love your art, by the way. I didn't know that actually. Very little about metal and its properties. A good desk and desk chair is also important. Yeah, I'm fortunate that, like, for the most part, any physical problems I come from, or I get from sitting at a desk is mostly tension in my shoulders, which I know how to take care of and how to massage out by myself. But yeah, in the coming years, I will have to invest in I do have a standing desk, so we're good on that front, but in a better chair, because right now I just have like a $50 IKEA chair. As a former UPS worker, we do not treat your boxes delicately. There's a reason things have so much protection in the packaging when they get understandable. Yeah, yeah. I get that. Sometimes I have received some packages that have been like a little bit dented. And they weren't delicate or anything, and I'm glad they weren't, but like should have probably taken a bit better care of them. Well, I got a freak outer because Amazon broke it in delivery. I mean, that is the nice thing about Amazon is like afford to replace it if it breaks, especially in transit. One of the pros, but then you have to wait. So I'd rather just go into a local store and buy it. Perfect Jen, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Hey Mom, time for me to run off and shove pizza down my throat. Rapid fire. Yeah. Have fun. Don't burn your throat. Take it easy. Beth, can I ask your opinion on people misusing the VTuber tag on Twitch? Just weird. Why would you use the wrong tags? I don't really get it. But it's pretty obvious when someone's just using the VTuber tag, because you look at their thumbnail and it's just someone who's not a VTuber, and it's like, okay, cool. Just avoid those, I guess. As a formerly very short UPS worker, the time constraints at the rate which we're forced to repack boxes from the little trucks into that big trucks doesn't allow for delicate handling. Understandable. There needs to be a bit more protection for delivery drivers. I like this. Was fun watching stream. Gonna go watch some Dave Minecrafters play the MM. Ooh, have fun. Hope the journey goes well. I think that's about it for the outfit. I just have to do the hat. There we go. Mostly cut. Alright. Figure out a color palette in a bit. I don't think I'm gonna go with black, just because that's very strong. As well as I have a goth model coming up. So maybe I'll go for like a sky blue. This is a nice color. Pink's a pretty good color. It's hard to make pink work in my brain. Look at this witch. Oh, look at her. Oh, I want to do a hat like this. Ronnie's blue would look nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like this kind of like icy sky blue. The more I'm thinking about it, like a nice blue palette would look pretty nice. That's nice. What about lavender? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write these down. Why should I write them down when I can just put the colors out here? So we're gonna go ice. Do the potential palettes. I think I'm gonna wrap up stream fairly soon. So for now, let's just work on the palettes and I might do a rough hat. The hat might take a little bit more time just because I have to think about how it rotates. I'm gonna make the hat as big as Logan's from Dark Souls 1. I want to make a really big hat, but it has to be a bit proportional. So we have lavender color as well. We have a lavender. This we probably have. A little less saturated for like this. These are kind of the options I'm thinking. Granny's color palette is so nice. It's a good example of how you can use one color, stretch it all the way. It's very, very nice. What are you thinking about a good old big hat, but tie it together for sure? Yeah, I think so. Purple is pretty good. Blue, purple. Let's test a little bit of what a pink palette would look like. Kind of looks like chalk. I got a chalk texture from these. Blue's so good. Seriously, looking at Snack, I can never eat pork again. If I did, I'd just see Snack's adorable face looking at me, going, "Why? Why would you?" Yeah, no worries. I try not to eat too much bacon because it's just not good for you. But every once in a while, my mom will make it. Okay, Mom, I'll eat some. I will not waste the food. The bright purple. Isermark, good morning. Your VTuber model reminded me reincarnated as a slime anime for some reason. Must be the personality. Oh, thank you. I like that anime. It's pretty chill. The lavender might look good. The problem with going really bright colors is because my skin color is already pretty bright green, it's a little tricky to make those work in my mix of both blue and maybe accent. Maybe. I might have to do a little bit of color testing. I could put up another poll on Twitter, perhaps. Unless blue works really, really well, in which case I'm gonna stick with that. For sure, all these colors look good. Yeah, it's hard to choose. What if I did? Just not actually gonna do this, I don't think, because it's. But like, what if we just full green? Nah, that's too close to my skin tone. A little too close. Pink color delicious. Why, thank you. Kind of like, it's not quite minty green. It's sour. A little sour, but not like, but like lemon and sugar sour, you know? Rimuru and Honey would be instant best friends. I feel like I get along with Rimuru pretty well. Seems pretty chill. Local insurgent, have a good shift at work. I like Charmcaster from Ben 10. Let me look up Charmcaster real quick. Charmcaster. Ooh, oh, okay, like a reddish, the red warm purple. Let's have a quick shot. That's pretty strong, but it is nice. The avatar brings up both life reset and wandering influx with positive goblin robot. Cute. There's a lot of really cool goblins out there, so be sure to just, you can literally just look up Goblin VTuber on Twitter and find a bunch of them. Song that always reminds me of Minecraft. I can see that. Kind of see this. Kind of hanging with your friends. Having a good time. Which Charmcaster is? 10 versions? Oh, I was just going with the first couple of images I saw of her. Right, man, I swear these cats. It's food time in 2 hours and they've been pestering me for an hour now. Oh. Aw, they hung. Yeah. Let's put on the hat and see how. Rough. Mohawk. First hat. Ooh, it does look pretty. There we go. Yeah, this is the hat I was thinking of. This big old hat. Do another tie down ruff. We'll do a quick tie down ruff just to get the full concept out. I think we can call it a stream there. Because that's basically how you cut an outfit. It's fairly simple. Just gotta think about what you want to move, what needs to rotate. Oh, thank you, Hydra. Glad you like my art. Booty, there's a lot of good gobos. For example, Gomi. Wonderful gob. Very chaotic, so good. I hear she's working on her Live2D model. I'm so pumped. She's been working for a long time on it. I did my best to try to help her, but she's such a good artist. You got it. Now to make it look like a droopy hat without making it look like a gnome hat. You can put like a little charm over here. Just cute. Maybe make this in a little bit. Yeah, give it that extra shape. Hey, wouldn't it be neat if part of that partly covers one of your eyes? Ooh, that would be cute. The main problem I would run into with that is my ears. My ears move up and down, so I have to make sure that hat compensates for that. Why does your bot say cringe when we mention Gomi? Cringe queen, that's why. Alright, let's... Yeah, this shape's good. The fun stuff is, like, I can do what Rajir's hat does. Like, put some dangly things on it. I can put, well, it looks a little bit like one of those party sombreros if I do that, but I just gotta make sure it's too much. Yeah, maybe a couple charms. Think of the designs a little later, but they're cute. They're cute. I could add more physics. A little ribbon up here. Like that. Maybe I can put some flowers on it. Maybe. Gomi's also a sweetheart. I throw support and she screams. I do love Gomi. Gomi's great. What is your boss? Oh, sorry, I already read that. It has holes. Ooh. The ears might be okay, but what if I just add like little hat? Oh, that would be cute. That'd be really cute. Just little chips in the hat, or little patches. I do love the little patches. Adds a little bit of personality, you know? Be a buckle on the band? Ooh, maybe. Oh, buckle. That's pretty cute. That is looking great, honey. Can't wait to see it all done together. Yeah, me too. I'm so excited. Hydrophobic sheep. I'm glad you like these. Ooh, different colored patches. Yeah, that's a good idea. Moon, are you triangle Brett? Could make it a triangle like my beret. Barrette. Clip. Hair clip. Flip it. Look. Wrong one. I think it's tilting a little bit too much to the side, so let's tilt it back. There we go. A little wider. Big hat. Big hat. Gomi's cringe, but as Turning Red taught us, don't kill the part of you that is cringe, kill the part that cringe. Yes, very much so. Accept the cringe. Embrace it. Be who you want to be. I'm a sucker for adding more dangly physics because it's so much fun. It looks so good when you wiggle around and things jangle. Best new. Went on a 10-mile bike ride? That's so good. That's awesome. I went for a 3K run yesterday. I should probably run again today. Work up the appetite. Firehead, thank you for the hydrate. Excuse me. Hair clipping helps you with MS hair tips. It helps me a little bit. Just add a little something that pops my hair. Zapden, thank you for the posture check. Oh, it feels so good to stretch your back out. Oh, excuse me. This guy, big hat. Oh. I do love Ronnie's design. It's just, it make my brain happy just because it's so cool to see. Oh, wait, lower? But yeah, Ronnie's design makes me so happy because it is, I don't know if this is the right word for it, monochromatic, where it only uses color. I love designs that do that because it really tickles a nice part in my brain that says, oh yeah, this is some good coloring stuff. I just want to make a witch hat that is waterproof so I can just sit in the rain. No water will touch me. This is pretty good. Alright. I'm gonna move this let's saw down. Yep, outfit's looking good. What I'll probably do is I'll probably do the hat off stream, and then I'll fill in the colors and do some color palette tests. That way y'all don't have to wait too long when it comes to the next tutorial. Because after the next one, we will probably be moving straight into Live2D. I will get to show you all the fun tips and tricks. All the fun stuff. I love rigging so much. Like, rigging is so... You get to do so many cool things, and you get to slowly watch your model come to life. It's great. It'll be waterproof with magic. Leo Field, yes, I want an umbrella hat. Exactly. But not the ones where it's just like a headband and an umbrella on top. No, no, no. I want the witch hat. For a small period of time, I was obsessed with hats, and there were tons of ways to make something like a waterproof hat. Exciting. It's super interesting watching this all come together. Yeah. What I'll probably do is I will make the shade layers, and I'll show you how I make the shade layers next stream. But for the most part, I will finish drawing the pieces and then show you how it's broken down. You think someone had made that already? A witch hat that's waterproof? We've gotten a lot done today. We got the dress done, finished up the hair. I've got to add lighting and shading to the hair. Yeah. I will also finish the hands and feet. Those take more time, and I figured y'all wouldn't want to watch me draw those for like hours. Alright, let's... A little bit of stretch before we head on. Excuse me. You know what the only thing is missing from this? Tiny abs. Do it. Be your dream self. No, no, no. We don't have time for me to add abs to myself. I'll think about it, those dream abs I want to have. That looks so cozy, I kind of want to get my felting stuff out and make one. Okay, felt looks incredibly soft, but I always feel bad whenever I touch it because like it always comes off of my fingers. And I've ruined it. I've ruined the felt thing. Fun and rigging in the same sentence? I didn't know Honey was a kid as well. Oh, how I love rigging models. It actually is super fun. Everyone likes different things. Some people really like drawing the model more. I love rigging the model. It's so much. You get to control every little bit, see all of the extremes and where your model breaks, and then find solutions to the model's breaking, and it's a puzzle. It's a game. It's a game I play. Can't have dream abs? Not with that attitude. Just yeah, rigging is actually really, really fun. Especially if you understand what's happening and how it works. It's very, very fun. It's become a rigging nerd. Joke's on you. I stopped being. I think people would find that hat so large and be cumbersome to use, but a fashion statement. You're right. It is very big and would probably be very heavy, but for the look, do it for the look. Great stream. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Thank you. You have a good time too. That you don't have abs? That's okay. Just draw them on yourself. Photoshop them right on. Do it. Live your best life. Stretching my hand right now, making sure it doesn't get cramped. Fashion is pain and inconvenience for the art of it. Fashion is weird. I had a hard time understanding it until recently. It's like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. It's just wearing what you want and making a clean silhouette. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's not. All about the attitude. Vortex Art, thank you for the 100 shinies. I finished drawing just in time. Hope you like it. I love your art, Neko. Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, Ravier. I'm wrapping up stream about now. Did a good 3-ish hours of drawing. Well, more like 2.5, but that's alright. That's a good amount of drawing for me to go time for lunch. You do wrist stretches? Yes. I had to go to physiotherapy at one point. Thankfully not for carpal tunnel or anything. I had to go to physiotherapy because my tendons were getting very, very tight. The tendons in my arm were very apparent. You could actually see them even when I wasn't flexing. So I had to work on some stretches and a bunch of wrist stretches. Some of those stretches I have to lie down or put my hands against the wall. So I do have to make sure I do that afterward. Guy, I don't know, just dress in a way that you look cool, that looks cool and makes things fit together or fit you. Yeah, wear clothes that you like and you think look cool. Recommend raid. The problem with recommending raids is like I have no idea who I'd be sending you to, and I have no idea what their content is like. Oh, actually, I do have someone who I really... Oh, Juniper. Let me see. You know what new feature I really like about your streams? The draws on top of your head. It really shows the love and admiration. I really love them. I have to add some more because a lot of people... The unfortunate thing is if people didn't tag it with the fan art tag, I have almost no way of finding it because I have so many notifications. But if I missed your fan art, sorry. Mischievous Mage? That's okay. I'm gonna be streaming on Monday night. Hey Blueberry, how's it going? Let's see. I'm just double checking who is streaming right now. There's a lot of good streamers. Ooh, but I think I... Oh yeah, Juniper's doing her model. But I do somewhat might appreciate it a little. Okay, yeah, just started. He just started. Yes, oh, honey, you're cute. Shush. No. We don't speak. Have you seen the new episode of Moon Knight? It's so sad, but so good. I love it so much. Moon Knight's so good. So many emotions. It makes me so sad, but I also am super excited for the next episode. I'm so pumped. She's not only cute, but she's adorable. Yeah, let's call it a big hat raid. Let's go. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all over to someone who's doing some karaoke. I think that's very, very fun. As much as I am torn between Junie and this person, Junie's already got like a huge crowd. She's doing great. She's doing a huge model reveal. It's gonna be fun. I might hop in a little bit. Ooh, I'm so excited for Junie's raid, or Junie's stream. But I feel like y'all might appreciate this a lot because yeah, let's start the raid. My brain's getting a little fried because I need to eat something. Aha, there we go. So Gary's doing a karaoke stream. It's gonna be real fun. I'm so excited. I'm gonna vibe and listen in the background. But yeah, so next week, or on Monday at 6 p.m. PDT, I put it in the schedule so y'all can check it down below. But I will be finishing up the drawing portion of the model so that in the next week we can begin rigging. We can start the rigging process. It's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. I love rigging so much. I can't wait to start. So good. Follow Honey in other places? Yeah, I got a Twitter if you want to see some of the art. It's pretty nice. I am going to be working on a website for a better showcase of them. I just have to find the right site. I've got all the pieces compiled in a folder. I just have to find the right place to put them. But yeah, Bill Cycracy. I hope y'all have fun today. I'm gonna go get some cake with Cove. We're gonna celebrate the anniversary streams and everything. I'm gonna spend some on sound equipment. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah. Thank you so much for coming today. I'll catch y'all soon. Remember to take care of yourselves and definitely take it easy this weekend. I'll catch you later. Bye.